Hey everyone, thank you for joining us this week on Stout Advice. Of course, you can follow along on the YouTube channel or loganstout.com to receive these every Monday. So hey, look, this week, and by the way, you're always willing to submit stuff. Follow me on social media, submit topics for Stout Advice. That's where we come up with all these. One of the submissions was, what would you tell the next gen, right? What would you tell the group of people that are that 29 and under crowd, that millennial crowd? What would you tell them, right? So quick background, for those of you who don't know, I was very fortunate to become financially free for the rest of my life by the age of 25 and all that type of stuff. Not trying to brag, I'm just saying that's why I was asked this, okay? What would you tell people based on how did you have the success you had? Here's the deal. Sacrifice is irrelevant. It's gonna happen. Sacrifice is you can't dodge sacrifice. You can't dodge it, okay? So here's the deal. You can sacrifice for the short term to do whatever you want long term. In other words, you can sacrifice voluntarily to get out of debt, to create supplemental income, to be healthy, to do everything. You can take that temporary, voluntary sacrifice now so it can benefit you the rest of your life. Or you can choose not to, and then you're gonna have no choice. It's not gonna be voluntary. You're gonna have no choice but to sacrifice when you have a health problem, or when you're in debt up to your ears, or when your relationships don't last because you haven't invested in them. Whatever the situation may be, your mental, spiritual, physical, financial, emotional, and relational foundations, those 6 quadrants of life, for me, I chose to sacrifice. And again, we're all works in progress, all right? We don't have it all figured out. But what I realized is I can voluntarily sacrifice now, right? So I'm not forced to sacrifice down the road. Most people choose to wait till something goes wrong. The doctor tells them they need to get on high blood pressure medication, right? Or their diabetes is coming into that, or they can't sleep, right? Because they're obese, or whatever, or they're in debt up to their ears, right? Or maybe they haven't invested in their relationship. They haven't sacrificed and honored their wife, or honored their husband, or honored their boyfriend, or honored their girlfriend, or whatever the situation may be. And then what happens is then the rubber meets the road, and you're stuck where you have no choice but to act. That's not voluntary. You see, the successful people in life, and again, success isn't just money, okay? So let's get that whole worldly concept of success out of our mind. Success is reaching your maximum potential in life, mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally, and relationally. And the ones that do that, they voluntarily sacrifice in the short term, in the immediate, now, right? So they don't have to sacrifice in the long term. They make it a discipline. You see, those that succeed, they create the right disciplines so they no longer become sacrifice, they become a habit. Right? They have the right habits of discipline so that in the long term they have freedom, financial freedom, time freedom, and health freedom. They have it, right? So that's what I would not only tell the next gen, the millennial, but I would tell all the adults too, Hey, voluntarily sacrifice before you are forced to sacrifice down the road, okay? Hey, thanks for joining us this week on Stout Advice. We'll see you next Monday.